maybe playing forward. Given the terrain and how the upper hillside of this works, I would say yes, because that plateau is quite high. T1 is actually going for the play on it. Absolutely blind. Star-Lord straight into the meat grinder. Job done. He's gone. The rest of them don't know how to fall away from it. Yes, he is the scout. Yes, he is going to be the person that is essentially the one to always kind of give it up for the greater good. He'll be the one that dies. The rest of the team can survive. But still, Multi-Circle Gaming, they've been tracking Furia for quite some time, and once again, damage is going to be done. The pull-up is here. The first player, well, he hasn't quite fallen just yet, but damage is in abundance.
That took way too long to get that initial down. I thought that was going to go horribly for Multi-Circle Gaming, and it still could. One down off on both sides of it. Furia starting to reposition around this. You can see Multi-Circle Gaming just leaning into the cover points that they've got right now. Linkdu already down in position off of this, but you can see Furia's trying to find the angles to work with. That's another down back over towards this, and this is starting to get a little bit more one-sided with Multi-Circle Gaming. They have the angles to play, but Rusty Zero's trying to make a play for this one off to the side. Looks back behind him, goes for the spin back around. He's 100% surrounded. There is nowhere to go except for the tree, and he's not even going to make it to the cover in time. That is just Furia driving up into the wrong neighborhood. But T1 hears this and wants to reposition right on top of it, trying to see if maybe they can catch out a couple of these stragglers and get a couple of free kill points.
This is the perfect time, the perfect opportunity to jumpstart into this fight. You realize what's going on. You realize a third-party scenario is prevalent for yourself, so why not get involved in this? Why not try and take out another team? Evil Lee will fall to the blue, rather. Unfortunately, now it comes down to tank.
Yeah, we're starting to see the third party come into effect now. And by third party, I mean perspective, is everybody's starting to hide back behind rocks and trees to get a little bit more information. I love that T1 knows exactly where Tank is and is just kind of letting him do his thing because they know that they can use him against Detonation White. Finally, looks like they might opt in and taking the shots and go, okay, we'll finish this one out. But back on the other side of it, you can see T1 does get the line-up shots to get one of the downs back over towards it. Aqua 5 has a beautiful position up here. Line up and could just be able to rain grenades back down onto this angle. Should be able to roll back through. Card's going to go ahead and eat the first one for it, but Aqua 5 is just holding the line. Dangshay back over towards the east is starting to find an angle to work with as well, and that's going to be another down coming through. T1 starting to get all the advantages in this as they do have this interposition. Remember, guys, we only have 4 circles for this, so this is already going to collapse down to the center point, which T1 controls. Grenades in range now, starting to roll through. That's going to be close enough to take down yet another one. And now just one member for Detonation White up. It's going to be C. He's trying to see if maybe he can spot some type of angle to fight his way out of this one. It's a 2v1 situation, and the grenades could be a factor. But that steep incline right back behind Dangshay is going to be enough to provide him a little bit of a reprieve off of it. It's just throwable versus throwable as Aqua 5 is still playing up along this hillside on that rock.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, Game 2 is underway of this group. A few little changes and adaptations on where people will be going. A bit more of a bigger split, to be fair, especially for Aqua 5 will be on his lonesome. But the vehicle's there. However, he does have 2 members. Fury.
Denied.
Absolutely yeeted.
Just jumps down, and now what you gonna do? You are safer inside the seats. There's nowhere to go, man. That is some trouble for Aqua 5. You got the jukes? You got the jukes?
He's got a gun in the back. He is. I'd get in, honestly, just like, yeah, you've.
There you go. That's the play, Aqua 5. Just get in there and start doing the dance around.
You can't hide from the gun. Please kill your own teammate. That would just be like accidentally. Oh no! No! Oh, rip. There wasn't it. Oh, please don't go there. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. Dangshay, run. You don't realize this. Chase him. Chase him with a handgun. Oh, God. I can't. That's...
Well, Furia going for the highest distance traveled for this round. 100% as they're roaming around everywhere. Multi-Circle Gaming does get some vision back over towards Star-Lord. And Star-Lord, you're in some trouble now. There's not a lot of cover to be had. And there we go. Summer's going to pick that one up pretty easy. Star-Lord was back over towards the southeast, away from the rest of his team. So while T1 do have themselves a centralized position on the circle, the problem with it is that numbers are definitely against him from this point. Furia is going to be back over towards the northwest. Towards the northeast is where we're going to have Detonation, and towards the south, naturally, Multi-Circle Gaming. Multi-Circle Gaming does have control back over towards the south, but not a lot really to contend with right now, as all teams are kind of in the northern 50% of the circle.
Well, Dangshay first contact. Bait onto kill demo. Necron at least will answer back. Oh, big nade comes in, but unfortunately it's from the wrong side. He must have had it ticked inside his hand. Raspu, what have you done? Oh, no, 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 no. He knocks himself as well, so I don't know what happened there, but unfortunately, it takes him down, takes his teammate out, and now all of a sudden, Necro's just left standing, and he's gone. T1 annihilates Furia. I have no idea what the hell just happened, but unfortunately, things have gone catastrophically wrong.
So now T1 should be able to reposition away from it, and oddly enough, Multi-Circle Gaming that was down to the south, they're just taking control of the circle while this is going on. Look on the minimap. They control at least everything from the center back over towards the south off of this. Adder's going to go ahead and get another shot back over there. Finally does go down off of it. And this is just turning into being T1 fighting from a desperate position and getting scrap point upon scrap point and finding some way to string something together. Finally, they go down. Multi-Circle Gaming, though, do have one of their members down off of this, so it is just a straight up fight. But contained against the edge is going to be where Detonation White is going to be forced to live. Two different angles lined up, and a beautiful shot coming out from Lingdu there to go ahead and take one down. Multi-Circle Gaming knows they've got the numbers. They just have to walk up the hillside and take on this lap. The real question comes down to, what do you have left to work with, Detonation? You got a couple of smokes, you've got the blue zone back behind you, and it is just, there's just so many throwables coming back over towards them. Just narrowly staying out of the blue zone right now, but whoa, Tank just charges out there. Gonna use a little bit of a dips that you can see that are kind of in between Multi-Circle Gaming and T1 to get a little bit more out of. Well, I say that, and then they drive right through Pachinki. Are they like trying to draw some attention? Maybe they thought it was just open. Adder's just gonna find a nice lineup onto that, and Raspu goes down near on for free. Will have the high ground advantage. They will be able to just dump grenades back over onto this angle, but you can see T1 is still very focused in back over towards Furia's position. We're starting to see Furia make their move forward. Adder's going to have the sight lines for it. Does get the drop back over towards them, but now Multi-Circle Gaming is starting to make a move to get a little bit more control back closer towards the center point. We're going to see three different teams stacked up, all having to contest against each other. Aqua 5 still trying to get shots back over towards Detonation Gaming White, so T1 knows the fact that they need to get some opportunities. They need to get some knocks onto this. Meanwhile, you can see Furia starting to take a more aggressive stance back over towards T1's positioning.
I like that. I like that a lot. A quick look over the hillside, remove one player, and it's job done. Necro will fall. Becomes victim as Summer. For both of these teams at the top, T1 and Multi-Circle Gaming. Ultimately, they're staying neck and neck when it comes to the frag points, and if they can keep that gap, especially for MCG, and if they can just get the win over T1, they'll beat them on points alone, and that's really what they have to do, because if T1 starts to rack up, starts to bank fragging points, it becomes that much more difficult. I mean, look, you can already see Multi-Circle Gaming's fallen 6 behind. Rusty Zero, though, has answered back. He's on Adder. He gets him up against the blue. The blue claims him. That's rather important in this fight, and it plays a huge factor. T1 goes down. They've gone down early, and all of a sudden, it now comes down to Multi-Circle Gaming up against Detonation White. To win this is rather important. Shots are in abundance and they're coming back. They're answering back, but Melofo sees they've fallen, and now the barn burner begins. He's out to the blue. It's job done.